Because I've met girls with those type of names, the most polite, respectable women. And then I've met girls named Karen or Becky or whatever other names you want to think of that are super ratchet. So I feel like that's like a stigmatism. Like, it's whether your name is this or that should not matter.
So when girls say I don't like niggas, I don't get upset. I just say, oh, she don't like me. Cool. Why are you taking it that serious? It's just like what I like, what I don't like.
But that's not as broad. I mean, that's more broad.
Niggas
than
is
saying,
broad as fuck.
But how is it racist, though?
He's a nigga.
By saying if your name's Shaquanda or
But he's black.
I was
He's
kidding.
That's ratchet.
But he's really black,
hold on,
like not
you know
just
what's
black,
funny?
but like black.
Okay, you were kidding.
I was trolling.
Okay, you were trolling.
Like,
okay.
She's black, bro.
Look at all these hats.
Okay.
It's just like we're trolling most of the time.
Okay, so you were trolling. You weren't for real. So
No,
so
but that ass though, I ain't
forgive you.
dating no Shaniquas. You look kind of familiar though. I seen him before somewhere.
I'm gonna tell you how. Okay,
Oh,
so
Are you one of those? Are you a Maybach girl?
actually Rick Ross sponsors my podcast.
Yeah,
that's
but
the closest to
you
that.
do look familiar. It's funny that you said that.
I've done a lot of big videos.
Yeah, I wasn't staring at you earlier. You like rolled your eyes at me, but I was like, I didn't know if I rubbed you the wrong way. But you look a little familiar. I was like, you look like you've been in a music video.
No, yeah, I've been in a lot of big videos.
Yeah.
I've seen her in person before.
I'm gonna tell you where we met. So we met at Live.
Oh.
And you actually asked me to come on the podcast, and
What else did he ask
my
you?
response was hell no. And the reason why is because you guys were making very racist remarks on one of your podcasts that I did not like.
What did we say?
You were basically saying, I don't know the word for word verbatim, but you basically said like the Shaniquas and the Shaquandas, like you don't like girls with names and Shananes.
Yeah.
And like me, I'm light skinned, but I have a black sister, like dark skinned sister. So that it hit me. I'm like, wait a second, you as an African American dark skinned individual to say something like that, I was like, wow, like that's crazy.
But
So
everybody
it took
has
me
a
a
type.
while.
So I can't.
I don't think
have,
it's racist.
I can have my own preferences.
No, you can, but it just made the girls with those type of names, I feel like, feel bad. Because it's like, dang, if my name is that, am I in this specific category of being ratchet just because my parents name me that? Because I've met girls with those type of names, the most polite, respectable women. And then I've met girls named Karen or Becky or whatever other names you want to think of that are super ratchet. So I feel like that's like a stigmatism. Like, it's whether your name is this or that should not matter.
So when girls say I don't like niggas, I don't get upset. I just say, oh, she don't like me. Cool. Why are you taking it that serious? It's just like what I like, what I don't like.
But that's not as broad. I mean, that's more broad than
Niggas is
saying,
broad as fuck.
But
He's a nigga.
how is it
He's a
racist,
nigga.
though?
He's a nigga.
by saying if your name's Shaquanda or
But he's black.
I was
He's
kidding.
That's ratchet.
But he's
Wait,
really
wait,
black,
hold on.
like not
You know
just
what's funny?
black,
I was
but like
kidding.
black.
Okay, you were kidding.
I was trolling.
Okay, you were trolling.
Like,
Okay.
She's black, bro.
look at all these hats.
Okay.
It's just like we're trolling most of the time.
Okay, so you were trolling. You weren't for real. So
No,
so
but that ass though,
forgive
I ain't
you.
dating no Shaniquas.
I mean, there is some truth to it.
To be fair, but to be fair, though, I
And
was
to be
trolling.
honest with you, to answer you, why I kind of looked at you and rolled my eyes is because I Googled you before I got here.
Yeah.
shit.
And sometimes Google is not correct.
Yeah.
But the first thing that came up on your name was anti-Muslim.
Yeah.
And it's Ramadan. So I feel like
know.
that was kind of like ironic that she's a host during Ramadan, anti-Muslim. So I wanted to ask you directly, is that the case?
I don't hate Muslims. I mean, right? We just grabbed some food right before coming on the show. Like,
Okay.
I wouldn't be on your show if I hated Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Google's a lie.
I don't hate. I'm not anti-Muslim, but I am anti-Islam. Like, I'm not a fan of Islam because, you know, it's an oppressive ideology. I think that it's a supremacist ideology and it oppresses women. And like you yourself, you said you were joking, but you're not joking, right? When you said your parents left because you're Christian, you left because in these countries where they have Sharia law, you are not able to practice your religion freely, right? And so here in the United States of America, where they say we have so-called freedom of religion, yeah, well, like Muslims here in America are not living in reality because that's not the reality for like 90% of the world's Muslims, right? Like 2 billion of the world's Muslims. And so because I speak out about human rights violations, right? Like I'm not in favor of stoning women, only whores, right? Like, only whores, only the whores, okay? Only the whores. I'm not in favor of throwing gays off of buildings, right? I'm not a fan of all these, you know, free Palestine whack jobs running around the streets of Miami that are calling for the eradication of Israel and Jews. I'm just not down with that, right? But I don't hate Muslim people. I'm not a fan of Islam as an ideology, but I look at people on an individual basis. But yeah, like you can't really read Google because I like to joke, and it's not really even a joke because it's real, but Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, the serial killer, we have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
We have the same birthday. I have the same birthday as Jeffrey Dahmer, and he has a nicer Wikipedia page than mine. Like they give him a nicer Wikipedia than me.
Damn.
Yeah, and he ate people.
And that's what she
He
said.
hate people, right?
people.
And that's what she said. She was like, we got to take that with a grain of salt because sometimes Google is not accurate. So I had to ask you myself.
Yeah.
And I understand your answer. I see where you're coming
I mean,
from.
I'm anti-Islam. I'm not anti-Muslim, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm certainly not a white supremacist and all that other shit they say about me online.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet always
But I'm glad that you.
sensationalizes things.
Wait,
but
wait.
I did catch you rolling your eyes at me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm like a Sagittarius. My emotions show on my face.
Sagittarius?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Fire sign. We're
Hold on.
crazy.
I'm a Sagittarius
That night.
too.
Must be angry.
Wait. What night was it?
It was a long time ago. It was like when
Okay.
you guys, around the time that you guys had that episode, like literally right after.
Which
That was a
episode?
while ago.
Which,
Yeah.
which
With
episode in particular?
the dating app Blacked.
Oh,
Dabble
well,
in
we,
the dark.
the
Dabble in the
joke
dark.
that we said we don't dabble in the dark?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
how you guys say it. It's like you could have said like my preference is this, but saying things like Shanika or Shaquanda and dabble in the dark, I feel like that's almost borderline racist. If you ask me.
I think
Nigga, my
it's- I
mom's
think it's
black.
funny.
How am I gonna be?
I mean, we make jokes on everybody.
Bruh.
It's just we roast everybody equally.
Yeah.
I mean,
You see all the ethnic hats I have here, so it's like I make fun of everybody. My thing is, I love when people say we're racist, and I'm just like, well, I guess we whatever, because we roast everybody equally, you know. But some races tend to be more sensitive than others. Like when we make Asian jokes, they never complain, right?
Yeah.
But when we say
Thank you,
something
by the
about
way.
black
Thank
people,
you, by the
right?
way.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't-
like they didn't say shit. But as soon as we used to make a joke about black people, oh, you hate black people. It's like, bro, come on, man. It's
so
like
serious,
yeah,
man.
it's so serious, man. They get so
Lighten up,
butthurt,
bro.
man.
Enjoy life.
It's crazy.
You get so
Okay.
angry, bro.
Yeah.
But I just feel
Okay.
like people use that word so loosely. Like, you know, logically speaking, like why call them a racist when like you're black, right? You consider yourself to be black, right?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't like, well, he's black too, right? Like they're both black. So if they don't like black people, why would they have black people on the show? It's just, I think that people are too sensitive and they use the word racist or bigoted when really it's just about preferences. Like,
Right.
isn't everybody allowed to have their own
Preference.
person that they're attracted to?
No, and I agree. And when he explained that, I'm seeing the different view of it. But at first, I was like, oh no, I can't rock with
See,
that.
I'm at Live.
Yeah.
So how long? This must have been two.
I'm trying to remember
If it
whose
was-
table I was at. Was it Soulja Boy?
We were at some artist's table though. It was just me, you, and the artist. And they like introduced us, and I damn near was like, I don't even want to shake your hand. And you were like you felt some type of way about it, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
this is why.
That was a long time
that
ago,
was a
bro.
long-
I was
time
gonna say
ago.
because if Fresh doesn't remember, because you got elephant memory.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the artist.
He remembers people all the time, so
Yeah.
that's why I was like, wait.
Because I was like, shit, it's not familiar. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what? Now you know what? We're not racist.
Okay,
We're
I
good.
love that.
There
Okay.
you go.
yeah, we're
Okay.
racist to everybody.
Bad.